My name is Megan, and I've received Counterstrain treatments for about 8 years now. The need for Counterstrain emerged about 8 or 9 years ago. So I began having a lot of pain that started to wander throughout my body. It started in my knees, moved to my back, my head, my neck, my shoulders, and it just started to become debilitating. I started seeing traditional physical therapy, but we didn't really get any success. A few months later, my husband and I ended up going on an anniversary trip to Europe. During the flight, something happened within my body, and we don't know what, but my body was not acclimating to the pressure change. I started to get really intense headaches, almost blacking out. And finally, there was a loud pop inside my body, and then I was forever different after that. When we landed, I was disoriented. I didn't know really what was going on. My pain was level 10. I could not really function very well. So when we flew back home, we went into the emergency room and they could not figure out what was wrong. And that really set us down a path for about every other week for 2 years, seeing a new specialist and a new doctor to try to get a diagnosis. Doctors would say, you look like an 80-year-old the way you walk and the way you move. I was bending over and I couldn't stand up straight, and really I couldn't end the day without incredible tears just because of the pain. About a year into that 2-year journey, in the beginning, we found Counterstrain therapy. I saw this physical therapist for 4 years, for 2 times a week. And so when I went in to see her, I was very fearful that she was going to be too forceful. Right away, I saw that Counterstrain therapy was the complete opposite of what I had been seeing in terms of how gentle it was. Rather than the traditional paradigm of stretching muscles and anything that hurts, that stretch that and really elongate that, it works the opposite in terms of like shortening those muscles. And what really motivated me was she said, it doesn't matter what diagnosis you have, and at that time I didn't have a diagnosis. She said our main goal is to make sure that you can start to be more mobile. Counterstrain has really allowed me to do things more ergonomically and safely, and through the help of the practitioner here in San Diego, we've learned new things about my body in the sense that my dura, which is around my spinal column and which causes me a lot of issues, that twists and winds and does things it's not supposed to. And so this practitioner has even helped me learn how to help my dura unwind itself. And so that's something I do multiple times throughout the day, and that in and of itself has been life-changing. Very early on, being able to walk 6 minutes was something that I could not do. And so that even meant that I couldn't navigate our house. I'm now walking not just 6 minutes, but I'm walking an hour a day, which we never thought would be possible. And so to have the endurance and the stamina and just the mobility to do that, we really do credit Counterstrain therapy for that. The most surprising thing about Counterstrain treatments was it didn't feel like anything was going on during a treatment, but you would get up from the table and suddenly it was like your body could take a deep breath. Your mind was clearer and you were able to do simple things immediately, like bend over and put your shoe on. And so that was immediate. And then I could see for the rest of the day that my body had welcomed those treatments and had really taken those treatments and then was slowly moving beyond that day by day. And so 8 years later, that may sound like a long time, but I really am thankful for how much it's taken me and how far it's taken me. Honestly, it's probably the most integral form of treatment and therapy that I've had for my health, and so I definitely will continue with it.